Okay, so let's start. So first I would like to start with what is data analytics. It is very important for everybody to know why data is required and why we need to analyze the data. So basically a data analytics is a 5-step process, and a process means it is an ordered collection of steps. You need to ensure you follow the right sequence అంటే కరెక్ట్ సీక్వెన్స్ అనేది మీరు ఫాలో అవ్వాలి. And the main objective of a data analyst is to convert the business data into actionable information. Now I'm going to give you with an example. These are the, if you can see, these are the 5 steps that a data analyst has to follow when he is actually selected as a data analyst. Okay. Now we need to understand what is this OLTP, what is this ETL, what is this OLAP, and how do we create the reports and share it to the clients. So all these form the main purpose why Power BI has come into existence. Okay. So before I could take you through, I'll explain you each of these 5 steps. Okay. 1 minute. Just give me 1 second. So you can see my screen, right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, I'll make it a little big. So you're seeing this screen here. We have this OLTPs. So OLTPs are nothing but they are called as data sources. Now there are different businesses. They wanted to store their data, real-time data, in Excel file, CSV file, Oracle database, SQL Server database, and different places. Like wherever they are saving the data, that is called as OLTP. The name OLTP means online uh, transaction processing. Online transaction processing. Say Amazon will have activities happening every second, every minute, every hour. So whatever transactions are happening, that raw data will be saved in the form of OLTP. Now since this data is raw data, we cannot do any analysis, we cannot perform any analysis on this data. Second important thing, we are not supposed to tamper this data or use this data for our analysis by doing any modifications to the data. This is the main data that is required for companies to understand what is the raw data looking like. And as you know, raw data can be stored not only in a SQL server, it can be stored in Excel files, it can be stored in cloud platform, it can be there in Oracle, etc. So ideally, we need a software which can connect to multiple data sources and extract the data from there. Extraction means you are pulling the data, and once you pull the data, you will be transforming the data. You will perform an ETL operation. ETL stands for extract, transform, and load. So what kind of transformations can you do? Probably I want only few columns from the data source. Data source means where they're storing the data. I don't want all the columns for my analysis. I want only few columns. So I'm going to transform by eliminating unwanted columns, unwanted rows, and keeping only those columns and those rows that are required for my analysis. This is called as transformation. And then you are going to load this data into a software called as Power Pivot. So this Power Pivot will have OLAP data. Now one point I wanted you to highlight is OLAP stands for online analytical processing. Now you need to do an analysis of the data and give reports to the clients. To give reports to the clients, you cannot perform in the OLTP. OLTP is basically a raw data. I want a finished data which is used for analysis. So this is the data you will be using for analysis. So you understand the difference between OLTP and OLAP? Am I
Yeah,
going
yes.
too fast, Ma?
TP means no, no, no.
You are understanding,
Actually,
you are with me?
do, Yeah, I can able to understand.
అండర్స్టాండ్. తెలుగు మీకు కన్వీనియంటా, ఇంగ్లీష్ కన్వీనియంటా?
ఏదైనా పర్లేదు.
ఏదైనా పర్లేదు. ఎక్సలెంట్. ఓకే, ఇఫ్ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ ఫాస్ట్ ప్లీజ్ ఫీల్ ఫ్రీ టు స్టాప్ మీ. ఓకే, సో ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుంది అంటే వీఆర్ ట్రైంగ్ టు గెట్ ద డేటా ఫ్రమ్ ఆల్ ద డేటా సోర్సెస్. ఇక్కడ ఫర్ ద పిక్చర్ ఐ హ్యావ్ షోన్ 3. Power BI has the capacity to connect to 250 plus data sources. It can connect to Azure, it can connect to Google Cloud Platform, it can connect to Snowflake database, it can connect to multiple databases, extract the data, and once you extract the data, you are going to transform, that is cleaning the data, and then you are loading the data into Power Pivot. Power Pivot is one more software. So Power BI, the complete training will happen on Power Query, Power Pivot, Power View, and Power BI service. These are the 4 important modules in Power BI. 4 important modules: Power Query, Power Pivot, Power View. Okay, now I have some questions for you. What does OLTP stands for?
Online
transaction processing.
So
Transactions, correct? This is, what do you mean by online transaction processing? Raw data on which you cannot perform analysis. You need to perform analysis, you need to convert this data into OLTP, and that analytical data you will store it in Power Pivot. That means, imagine you are getting a raw Excel file, you are cleaning the Excel file and saving in your desktop, in your system. So Power Pivot will be saved in Power BI desktop. It's a software in Power BI desktop where you are going to save that cleaned data file, which is called as a data set. And on this data set, you will be performing analysis. By using this data set, you will create visuals. Now there are almost 200 plus visuals in Power BI, but we largely use around 20 to 15 visuals. I'm going to teach about 30 visuals, how to use them and the purpose. Now why do we have so many visuals is because the purpose is completely different. For example, the visuals might be something, the purpose of using the visuals is, depending on that you will select which visual to use. And these visuals you will be sharing to the cloud platform. You are sharing to the cloud platform, Power BI service. You can see here something called as Power BI service, right?
Yes.
Power BI, whatever data is there, you are going to share it to Power BI service. This is a cloud platform. And you also have Power BI report server. Now what is the difference between Power BI service and Power BI report server? Important interview question. Power BI service is a cloud platform where you are going to share your data to the Power BI service using user ID and password. The client will also have a user ID and password, and he will log in and he will check the report. Clear? Your data can be saved here. Your data set can be saved from here to here. Your reports can be shared here. We have something called as workspace. In the workspace, people are going to save the reports data set, which can be used for doing analysis, checking the reports. You can give a client view access. View access means, can he do any modifications to the data? No, he can only check the data, being your client. You have your team member, you can give them edit access, they can edit the reports. You have an admin access, like there are different accesses. Admin access, you will have the admin access. The one whomsoever creates the data set, he will have admin access, and he will decide who in his team members can be given edit access, who can be given a view access, etc. Now Power BI service, any updates that happen to Power BI software, every month you have updates. So these updates will be updated from Microsoft, and Microsoft IT team members will do the updates and update the Power BI service, and whoever is using Power BI service, automatically their reports and all will get updated. The advantage is, The company need not maintain high infrastructure cost for maintaining a server at their office location. We call it as an in-premise server or Power BI report server. So Power BI report server is also called as on-premise server. This is located at the premises of the company, Power BI report server. Whereas Power BI service, it is located in the cloud platform. It is located, one is in the cloud, one is located in the report server. And this data client can also be seen, and you can also share it at the local place, or you can take the help of cloud place. Now, let me give you a clear example. Do you use Google Gmail? Do you use
Yeah.
Gmail, ma?
Currently, yeah,
Hello?
in
Yes,
my
sir.
current company, the workspace is Google only.
No, if you are using Google, we have Google Drive. Do you know Google Drive? They give 15 GB access
Yes.
free for everybody. Every individual user get 15 GB free access to store their data. Correct? Power BI
Yes, sir.
service is like that. Cloud. Google Drive is a cloud platform. Power BI also is a cloud platform. So they will also give space for people. The 15 GB is given in our Google Drive. So Google Drive mein we share our reports, we share our PPTs, we share our teaching material, office related works and photographs, some personal folder. Like that, this is for official purpose where you are actually saving lot of data which can be sent directly to the client, and client can see from that folder whenever he wants to see the reports. Clear? But Power BI report service is on premise. It's in your office. This is available in the cloud. This is available at the office. Now some companies will go for Power BI report server. Hardly 10%. If somebody is using Power BI, hardly 10% of them are using this. The remaining people, around 90%, use Power BI cloud service. So that is the importance of Power BI service. So why it is happening is because most of the data can be saved there. We need not pay salary to a IT person and maintain a network administrator at on-premise. No server space, no separate maintenance team to maintain the servers. Compared to the cost that we are going to pay to Microsoft for utilizing this sharing of data service, that cost that we are going to incur in paying to admin, IT, all these things is very high. Now, who will maintain Power BI report server? Companies for whom data is highly sensitive and they don't want to save it in the cloud. They want the data to be in their control. They don't want the data to be given to cloud or Microsoft or whomsoever. They are ready to afford admins. They are ready to afford everything, but the data will only be in the premises. It will not go out. So those kind of big financial entities, insurance companies, healthcare companies, they all will be storing in Power BI report server. And the companies which cannot afford so much, because 90% of the companies are medium or small scale industries, or they will be storing in the Power BI cloud platform. And from both these things, client can actually access the reports. Are you clear about the Power BI architecture so far? Yes, ma?
Yes.
Very clear.
Yes.
Any
Yes.
questions so far?
No.
Any
Up
questions? No,
to
right?
up to
Great.
now there is
So very
no
simple
questions.
logic. I'm summing it everything. This is called as OLTP. We are converting into OLAP. OLTP is raw data. OLAP is data required for analysis. And using this data, we will use in Power View and generate reports. And these reports, we will share it to Power BI cloud platform. And from cloud platform, this data will be viewed by the client by giving them access, admin access, this access, that access, etc. And ETL stands for extract, transform and load. OLAP stands for online analytical processing. OLTP stands for online transaction processing or raw data. Clear? Yes. Next we'll go with.
Yes.
Now we will read this. What is data analytics? It is a 5-step process, ordered collection of steps which converts business data into actionable information. OLTP, It is meant to perform ETL activities, and then you will have OLAP, and then you will create the reports, and then you will be sharing the reports to the client. Clear? Now, who will do data analytics? Like, who should actually, who is a data analytics, or probably something like who will use data analytics and why? Now, there are companies like Amazon, Flipkart, ICICI Bank, any company like training institutes like Naresh IT or whatever. You have Analytics Benchmark, you have Ghana Institute. So multiple institutes are there in Amirpet. All of them, ICICI Bank, Flipkart, Amazon, everybody needs business data, client data. So business will store their business data in data sources, and most of the time they'll be storing in multiple places. Either Excel, traditional way, SQL Server, modern way, if you have more data. Now, why this data is required for analysis? The better decision making by analyze data based on reports. Now, looking at the reports, you can take a better decision by analyzing the reports. That is why we will do data analytics, and it is very important in today's scenario. Okay. Now, who is a data analyst? Person who obviously does the above 5 steps. Let's understand these 5 steps first. OLTP, place where companies store business data. OLTPs to store business data. So OLTPs will be the Excel file or SQL server or Oracle server, anything where you are storing data. Companies will provide not one source, one or more OLTPs to data analysts and ask to create reports, and that senior management team will analyze this data and will take business decisions. So what do you mean by a business decision? What could be a business decision? I see that the profits are decreasing in one business. I will prefer to invest more in advertisements or shut down that unit to create general awareness, brand awareness, to increase the demand for the product, or shut down the business. The sales are increasing, the sales are decreasing. Why they are decreasing? What is the reason for decrease in sales? I want to do an analysis. Analyze this data is called as OLTP, that is online analytical data processing, and you store analytical data. So ETL stands for extract, transform and load, and as you can see, one second. So this is what we have, a basics of this thing. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to open the Power BI dashboard and show you a small demo. Clear? So this is my Power BI desktop. As you can see here, this icon, this Power BI desktop. I'll open this. This is a blank report, home page. Open home page will consist of blank report. You can go and get the data from Excel, get the data from SQL Server, get the data from other sources. And if you click, it will open. How many data sources are there? See, Excel, textures, XML, JSON. You can connect to 250 plus data sources to extract data. You have cloud platforms also. You have Snowflake. You have SQL Server. You have MongoDB database. All these databases you can connect, pull out the reports, and you can do the analysis. And it is a free source, Power BI. You are only charged to submit your reports to the client. If you are sharing your reports to the client who is located very far, then you are charged money for it. Otherwise, creating reports, extracting data, transforming data, loading the data, everything is free. That's why people use Power BI largely when compared to any other tool. Okay. Now look at this Power BI. I am going to explain you the window. See, this is called as see here, This, you can see here a graph picture, right? This is called as a power view. Power view is used to create the visuals. Now here it is a table view. Whatever data you are getting, that data is represented in the form of rows and columns. To see what are the rows, what are the columns, what is the data, you go to the table view. Now here you have a data modeling view. This is called as a data model view. Now if you want to perform any complex operations, connections to different tables, you are giving that connections using the model view so that you can use that data for your analysis. There are, say for example, you have a data in 2-3 tables. You bring all the 2-3 tables to this place and give connections to them so that you can have a complete master table which will have columns from all the 3 tables for your analysis. Got it? So that is the advantage. And then you have a DAX window where you will be doing DAX calculations, formula writing, time intelligence function. So here it is a GUI option, graphical user interface. You don't need to know any coding for managing this, managing this, managing this. The coding is required only for this, which is not too difficult. It is very simple. Like how you have Excel now, when you write a code, it will give you some narration. Like that, here also you will get code uh, instructions. You select that code and complete the coding. Okay. So now I'll start a small analysis. I'll quickly show you. I go to get data. By clicking on get data, so if you go to file, this is the file. See, these are some various reports I have generated. Okay. Like this, you will click on the blank report. After clicking on blank report, 1 minute. You go to get data. You go to get data. Say for me to do this demo, I have the data in one Excel workbook. I go to Excel as a data source. In Excel, there is a report called a sample superstore. I'll click on open. See, it is loading the data. Now you see here the data pane is there. It is asking you select. Now see, what is this? You have an Excel file. In that Excel file, you have multiple tabs. Tab 1, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. Within sample superstore, you have sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. I will go and click all 3. Okay. So first activity of extraction is almost over. You have extracted the data. How did you extract the data? You went to get data here. You went to get data here. Then you selected on the drop down menu Excel file. And from there you have taken sample superstore. In the Excel file I have 3 sheets. Sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. I want to extract all 3 to Power BI desktop. So I am extracting all 3 and saying either I can say load or I can say transform the data. I will say load. Extract, transform and load. Correct? See, it's loading the data. We need to wait till it loads. Now you see here the 3 tables, the 3 sheets in one Excel file we have loaded here. Orders, peoples, return. Now I want to check whether this data is right or wrong. I'll click on orders and I go to the table view here. Here you can see the table view ma. This is the table view. You need to select this first. You need to select this first and then you need to go here. When you go here, you can see what are the tables. Just check. I'll select this first, then I'll go and select this here. Am I getting the table view? Are you there with me, ma?
Yes.
You are understanding, right? Am I going too fast?
No.
Okay, if you have any doubts, you
No.
ask me. Now see, here we
No.
have total. 9,994 rows. That means the analysis that we are going to do is on a huge database. Looking at the data, row ID, order date, ship mode, it clearly gives you a picture that it's a e-commerce trading platform. Some e-commerce data that we are using to do our analysis today. Okay, so do you have order ID, row ID? All these seems to be right? So my orders table appears to be great. Now let's check the other two tables. Now if I want to check people's, I'm already in this table view. See, this is highlighted. That means I'm already in the table view. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to the people's. The moment I click people, it came people. Now is this data right or there is any error in this data? I want you to check and let me know. Is this data right or there is any error? Are you able to identify any error? Yes, ma? You're there, ma? Ma, you're there?
So once again repeated.
Yes.
Can you see identify any error in the people table? I'm in the people's table. I clicked on people table. We are already in the table view. So in this particular table, say for example here, can you make out any error? Are you able to make out any error?
Data definition, this column names are not
Excellent.
coming.
So there is an error. That means the raw data is inappropriate. This is an OLTP data. I need to remove the first column and make the second column as the first column header. Person, region, image should come in place of column 1, column 2, column 3, which means my headers should be replaced with the first row elements. Correct? Yes. Now returns table. Can you see the same mistake here also?
Yeah.
You see the same mistake here also, right? Column 1, column 2. So you need to actually correct that mistakes. So whatever mistakes are there, we need to correct it. Correct? So how do you correct that? I said Power BI is a ETL tool. So you go to this. You need to correct this. So you directly have to update these details and then only click close and apply. So what I'll do, I'll go to transform tab. Can you see this tab? Transform data, correct? So I'm going to go to transform data now. I'll go to transform data and I'll say transform data. It will take me to the Power Query editor. You remember I discussed about Power Query as one of the ETL tool where we will do transformation. The same transformation now we are going to do. Orders table is perfect. I don't want to touch it. People table, there is a problem. I said we are not going to use any code, right? We use GUI, graphical user interface. Look at this. Use first row as header. Automatically this first row will become a header. These three will take the header place. Now see how I'm going to apply that. I'll just go here, select the table and then make it first row as header. Did it get transformed? This is called as transformation. I have eliminated one unnecessary row and replaced it with the first row of my table. So saving space in my data model, and I have created this report. Now I'll go to returns table. Here also I have column 1, column 2. Again I'll go first row as header. So I have returned and order ID. So now we need to go and hit close and apply. Close and apply means apply these changes and close the window. And it will take you to this window. Whenever you hit transform tab, it is going to take you to a different window. Another window will open. There you are doing modifications. And once you hit close and apply, the transformation will be updated. And now if you go and check your table, the people table, if you go to the table view, you got it right. The returns table or people's table, you got it right. Correct? So this is how you perform transformation. So now I have done export. I have done once I extracted the data, I have transformed the data and I have loaded it into the data. Here you have seen all three loaded. Now once you did the ETL, this data is now saved in our model view. You go, this is called as a model view, you go there. Now you see here there is a relationship. There is a, this is called as a relationship between people table and orders table. But I don't have any relationship between returns table and orders table. So there is something called as order ID, order ID. So I know very clearly, since I'm preparing this report since long time, order ID here and here are actually having a relationship, and hence I will drag one and put it on top of the other. Either I can, then it will ask you from which table, orders table, to which table, returns table. Based on order ID, you are going to create a relationship and save it. So you have one more relationship established. Now this table is connected to this table and this table. This is a fact table which has all the information and foreign keys. Foreign keys means they have to be primary keys here. In this table, you know foreign key primary key concept ma? Hello?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
You have an idea about foreign key and primary key concept?
Yeah, I have idea.
Yeah, so this is, see, it has foreign keys and those foreign keys are available here. Using those foreign keys only, it is getting connected to these tables. You can perform joins in SQL, right? Similarly, if you have the relationship, this dotted line relationship, then only you can use this columns in this report, this columns also in this report, and combine all three into one master table, and then you can load the report and perform the report analysis. So that is a part of Power View. So if you look at the earlier table, now we have established the relationship, right? Yeah, we'll go to the view. See, now you tell me, we have completed this part. We have done ETL, extract, transform, and loaded into Power Pivot. And here we gave relationships. Wherever there are missing relationships, we have given relationship with the fact table. What is a fact table? What is a dimension table? We established relationship. Now we will go and build the visuals. We have to build the visuals in Power View. This we are going to do now. Okay. So let's see how to build the visuals now. See, if I show you this data orders table, can you tell me, make some analysis out of it, ma? Can you tell me anything from this? Looking at a huge data, your management, your CEO, your manager, if you're working in marketing, finance, HR, wherever, you cannot say anything out of it. You don't know anything out of it. That is why we make use of Power BI visuals. To make use of Power BI visuals, the data has to be OLTP data. Transaction processing data will not work. OLAP will work. Online analytical processing. That's why we have converted OLTP into OLAP, and now we are building visuals. See, I'll show you a simple, I said even here it is GUI, graphical user interface. I'll go, say I wanted to do a small analysis. I'll take a card visual. See here, this is the visual pane. You just check it. These are all the visuals. And in addition to this, you have some more visuals here. If you check here, get more visuals. You have to give your email ID and connect to the Power BI cloud platform. And there you have so many AI visuals, these visuals and all. But for our analysis, I think most of the people will use around 10 to 15 visuals in this lot. I'll be teaching almost 25 visuals in this lot, which are regularly used for our dashboard preparation. Okay. And most of the visuals, 98% of them, you don't go beyond them. Okay. So let's start off. Let's create one visual now. I'll just take a card visual. This is a card visual. For example, in your organization, if you want to do a KPI data, how is the sales, how is the profit, how is the analysis? Now I want to know entire orders table, how much sales did I do? There is a column called as sales, and sigma means sum. You can see this, right? Sales is there. Sigma sales is sum of sales. So the sum of sales, I'm going to drag it and drop it. That's it. What is the total sale that happened? Can you see this more? Is it visible? This data has contributed to 2.30 million sales. Now I want to understand where is this 2.30 million sales coming from. So what I will do, I will take a pie chart. In the pie chart, I'm going to drag. I wanted to do an analysis. Okay, let me do an analysis. I am going to understand category wise which product is selling the most. Category I have taken here and see sales. The sales is there, right? I'm going to just select it and drag it here. Did I use any formula so far, by any chance? As I told you, it's a GUI platform. You have to, now all these visuals are different. These are called as field wells. These are called as field wells. And the field wells behave differently for different visuals. That if you know, you mastered Power BI visuals. Clear? If you know that, you will know which visual to use. You should know which visual to use for which purpose, what client is asking, and how should I populate in using these field wells. How should I use the field wells? And then comes this formatting option. How do I format the data and prepare it in the dashboard? If you know this, it's end-to-end Power BI. Okay, so now I'll make it a little bigger. See, this is a formatting option. I want to increase the size so you can see it. So I'll go to the general. Values is there, right? I'll go here and increase it to 15. Can you see the numbers have grown in their size? So this kind of formatting you can do. Now looking at the visual, tell me which is contributing to the... See, I have only 1 minute time. Can we just disconnect and connect back on the same link? I'll just complete it in 10 minutes max. You're there?
Sure.
Share my screen. Okay, we are here, correct?
Yeah.
So here you can see, tell me what is the category which is highest revenue generator for my company?
Technology category.
Very good. Second highest? What is the second highest?
Furniture category.
Third highest is office supplies, right?
Office
Now,
supplies. Yeah.
Power BI has a very interesting concept. If you click furniture, only furniture is showing. If you click, sorry, only if you click technology, only technology is showing. If you click furniture, only furniture is showing. If you click office supplies only, again you click office supplies, all three will come. This is called as a visual interaction concept in Power BI. Whatever visual you are clicking on a data point, if you have other 5-6 visuals here, all those visuals will change based on the clicking. I clicked here, 2.3 million became 836.15k. I clicked here, 719.05, 719.05. I clicked here, 742k. Is it changing? Like this, any visual I bring it here, they will talk to each other, they'll interact with each other. This is the beauty of Power BI which you can't find in Excel. And it can connect to 250 odd sources, as I can show you here. Sorry. You go to get data, you go to more option. You have these many sources that you can connect free of cost. That's the beauty of Power BI. And this is going to be the future which is going to replace Tableau, Excel, everything with respect to analytics and reporting. Got it? So we have done one small analysis based on the first analysis. If company says, Srinath, tell me which is a non-profit making, we will close that business and we will start off with, we'll concentrate on those business and be number one in those businesses. What is the one that you can suggest to shut down?
Office supplies.
Office supplies, right? Now look at this second visual. I'm going to take one more visual here. Here the role of an analyst comes into picture, data analytics. Now what am I going to do? I'm again going to take category. This time I'm going to compare profit. With respect to profit, who is second place? With respect to profit, who is in the second place?
Office supplies.
You wanted to close it,
Office
right?
supplies.
You wanted to close office supplies. What would happen if you would
Based
have
on the
given?
sales.
Based on the sales, you have given your decision without doing an analysis of who is more profit contributor. Sales can increase if you are investing, but return on investment is what decides the health of your business, right?
Correct.
That is an important concept where data analytics plays. Now Amazon is there. They have lakhs of products. You are working on thousands of products. And every month you need to do an analysis and share it with the business. If you give an analysis that since this is low performing, close it, you have to look at 300 different ways. You understand the importance of data analytics now? If I show you this orders table, are you able to make out anything? Now, if you go down, you can also apply filters. See, how to read the data when you join a company. Say you joined a company, you want to read the data. The best way to read it is you go down, you check the, where is it? Region. See how many regions are there? Central, East, South, West. Correct? And see where is our data?
Yes.
You have how many products are there? Category, technology, office supplies, and furniture. So let us see what are the category. How many are there? Furniture, office supply, technology. Is it tallying? That means I can do a category wise analysis. I can also do a subcategory wise analysis. See subcategory. In subcategory again there are products. I can do a product wise analysis. Category means office products, technology, furniture. Subcategory could be storage, arts, paperwork, binders, etc. Again in that you will have products. Within arts, multiple products. So how many products do we have? Just check this count. How many distinct products do we have?
1850.
So the data has 10,000 data, 1900 distinct values. So how would you do an analysis for so much of data? Correct? Now you see the beauty of Power BI. I'll take one more page here. And I'll take this visual. Or maybe this visual. Okay? I'll take one visual. Okay? Now I am going to do a subcategory wise, because you know that there is subcategory, right? And you will also go and check the sales. Now which are the least performing people in subcategory wise sales? Fasteners, labels, envelopes, arts. Make a note of this somewhere. Art, envelope, labels, fasteners. So if you decide to close them, or you want to look at an analysis of profit wise subcategory also.
Profits wise also.
You want to do it. Very good. Excellent. So that is a kind of change you should have even in my first class. Then you will be having a data mindset. Okay. Now I'll take one more visual. Same. And this time I'll do a profit wise analysis. Subcategory or subcategory. Okay. Subcategory wise profit analysis. Now, why do you use this kind of a chart? You will ask me what is the reason, why did you take this chart? This chart is used when you have multiple data points to show on the slide to the client. You need to show multiple data points, you use this slide. Second, If you want to show any negative values, this is the best slide. Looking at the visual, the client will understand it's not arts, envelopes, labels and fasteners that I need to take action on, but the people who are giving me negative losses, I need to shut the businesses down. So they are actually bookcases, suppliers, tables. That means you have these people a part of all the categories: technology, furniture, office supplies. Understood the analysis? There are some
Yeah.
which
Yes.
are performing very good in even office supply and furniture also, other than technology. Why do you want to close them? Close only those businesses where there is no demand or they're not giving you profits. Understood?
Yes.
I think I'm done. So I think 1 minute. With this, 1 minute. Now you just go through this. We have actually validated the data sources. Only Excel file we have given for our demo. We have performed ETL operation. We did export. We did transformation by giving relationship. We did transformation by removing first row and making the second row as the header. Then we went and gave relationship to the between fact table and dimension table. If there is any missing relationship, we have created those missing relationship by dragging and dropping common field using a primary key foreign key concept. After that, we have been to Power View and created few visuals. The only part that is left is the paid part of it, which is Power BI service, where you need to publish this to the Power BI service so that client can see the reports by logging into his ID. And that you need to beautify it. You need to create lot of KPI cards. You need to create lot of other visuals. They should interact with each other. Like you have seen how you click on one data point, remaining all are reflecting and they're modifying, right? Immediately. Correct. So those all things we can do it.
Yeah.
So everywhere you are doing only GUI. The only part where you use coding is Power Pivot. In this you have something called as DAX, and in DAX you have something called as time intelligence functions. So time intelligence functions is all about the most important concept which is used in organizations, because Amazon, Flipkart, ICICI Bank, everybody want to know what is my growth year over year, quarter over quarter, month over month, previous year versus current year, previous quarter versus current quarter, previous month versus current month of last year. Understood? That is the kind of analysis you are expected to do.
Yeah.
Is it clear, Ma? Open to you for any
Yes.
questions now. I am done.
Yeah, sure. So, so how many days the course will be, like duration of this course?
1 minute, 1 minute.
Power
You
BI.
wanted to know how many days will this course last, right?
Mm. Yeah.
It will easily take 30 to 40 days more, depending on how many days we are going to take. See, what happens now, we spend around 1 hour per day, Monday to Friday. So that is almost like uh, 30 classes means 40 days we can take, including, because Saturday, Sunday I don't take classes. That is for you to revise whatever concepts we teach.